Hello and welcome to the Auto Story, where we tell you a little bit about something, a whole lot about something else, and sometimes even the other thing. Now today we are talking about ADVs, and more specifically, the Himalayan 450 and the Scrambler 400X. Now yes, we know that the Scrambler is essentially just that, a scrambler. But the little bike has had motorists in a tizzy for quite a while, especially because they launched so close to each other. Now will we answer the question of which is better? I don't think so. But what I will try to do is give you some kind of insight into the bikes so that you have a slightly better understanding of what to expect. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you are in the market for a new ADV and just a little bit confused about which is better. Now, on the one hand, you have the Himalayan 450, RE's first liquid-cooled engine bike that has been raised by the mountains themselves to traverse the globe. On the other hand, you have the Scrambler 400X, one of Triumph's first forays into the small capacity segment, which comes with international standards of fit and finish. Now, the worst part, or even arguably best part about making this decision, is that the price difference is so narrow. To add to that, it's also in favor of Triumph. Let's start off with the bikes on paper. The Scrambler 400X is running a 398cc liquid-cooled single that produces 40 PS of power and 37.5 Newton meters of peak torque. RE's new liquid-cooled single, on the other hand, is slightly bigger at 452cc. This produces 40 PS of power and 40 Newton meters of torque. Both bikes run on 6-speed gearboxes, but the Triumph has a slipper clutch. Braking for both comes from 320mm discs up front, but the Himalayan gets a bigger 270mm rear disc, while the Scrambler gets a 230mm rear disc. Both bikes also run on 43mm USB forks and a rear monoshock, but the Himalayan's wheel travel is measured at 200mm as compared to the Scrambler's 150mm. And when you put all of this together, the Himalayan scores a small point on the Scrambler. Over on the features front, the gap starts to widen. The Himalayan is just a little bit pricey compared to the Scrambler, but it also gets a few more features. Now, the instrument cluster, for example, on the RE is a full color unit complete with Bluetooth connectivity. It even has maps built right into the ROM dial. A Scrambler, on the other hand, is slightly older and gets a digi-analog cluster that doesn't even have phone connectivity. Now, for some reason though, Royal Enfield's take on this console seems to look just a little more crude compared to the Scrambler's more fleshed out unit. In some sense, the Scrambler is very bare bones. It does get switchable ABS, but so does the Himalayan, along with riding modes. And finally, the ride quality. Now, thanks to its superior suspension, the Himalayan's ride quality does feel better. It is extremely planted and does really well on the streets, regardless of whether it's in the city or in the highway. The only drawback is its weight. Now, the difference in the curb weight is just about 10 kilos, but you still can feel that, especially in the city. The Scrambler, on the other hand, is amazing. The wide handlebars can be a bother in jam-packed streets, but because of the light weight, you can carve circles into the concrete with relative ease. Even in the dirt, the Scrambler feels easier to maneuver on account of it being lighter. So the Scrambler does exactly what its name says: scramble. If you square up both the bikes, it looks like the Himalayan is the bigger of the two, but the Scrambler is the one with the taller inseam. The 835mm seat height can be a bit of a problem for shorter riders. We have a short video demonstrating exactly that in the link in the description. If you want to check out the full review video, however, we have a link posted up here. Now, over on the Himalayan front, you get 3 seat height options. The tallest is 845mm, but this can be adjusted downwards to 825mm. There is also a third low seat height option, which brings this down even further to 805mm. Now, both bikes are very comfortable with plush seats that allow for a lot of movement. The Himalayan, however, is an ADV and comes with a windscreen as standard. This definitely helps with touring. The Scrambler, however, does not. Both bikes can hold 100-120 km per hour easily, but the Scrambler will tire you out faster unless you get that aftermarket screen. To conclude, which is the superior bike? Well, I already told you this video wasn't about that. On paper, all signs would point to the Himalayan being the better bike. It's got a few more features and better ride quality. But if someone were to ask me which I would choose, my mind would always drift towards the Scrambler. Because, well, just look at it. The Scrambler has superior build quality, weaves better in the city and scrambles nicely in the dirt. It's also got that raw, bare bones look which is a sight to behold. And for some reason, it always feels like it commands more presence than the Himalayan. Now, in the end, isn't that what we all want? All eyes on me. Well, that's it for this video. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you think I'm full of it, and hit the bell icon for some more of it. Until next time, I'm your host James Bond saying, Hasta la vista, baby.